Ever finish a sales call and think, whoa, that went well? Or maybe not. The truth is, most of us guess how the call went. We pick up on some cues and forget half of them. Then scramble to figure out what to improve next time. That's a big mixed opportunity. Today, we are bringing you a post call sales trainer. Immediately after each call, it transcribes and summarizes the key points, then runs that info through a knowledge base to offer feedback on how the conversation went. Picture seeing a short highlight text or maybe even a short form video, which we are not covering in this workflow, but maybe in the following workflows. Your strong call opening, your missed chance to handle a price objection, and your next recommended steps to seal the deal. Ever finish a sales call and think, wow, that went well? Or maybe not. The truth is, most of us guess how the call went. We pick up on some cues, forget half of them, then scramble to figure out what to improve next time. That's a big missed opportunity. Today, we are bringing you a post call sales trainer. Immediately after each call, it transcribes and summarizes the key points, then runs that info through a knowledge base to offer feedback on how the conversation went. Picture seeing a short highlight text on the feedback received from the workflow. Your strong call opening, your missed chance to handle a pricing objection, and your next recommended steps to seal the deal. You also get a quick rating like a second opinion that's never biased or exhausted. We'll show how to build this in Anytime using a call transcription tool plus an AI model trained on standard sales scripts or even your own sales playbook. End result will be no more guesswork, no more vague. I think the call went okay. You can walk away with tangible improvements and an action plan for your next move. Let's dive in. Now we'll be building the current solution on the back of previous workflow. So if you haven't seen the previous video, please follow through and then let's continue with that. This is where we left off, and now we'll add another node OpenAI in the end. You can maybe add in between somewhere, maybe just after this code where we are ready with the summary. I'll just add it in the end. So this entire workflow works in a single chain, and we'll add messenger model. For model, we'll select O1, which is a really good reasoning model if you are using ChatGPT. If you are not using ChatGPT, if you are using DeepSeek or some other models, you can select R1 for DeepSeek or maybe Claude, models that are good for reasoning. Now, the first thing we'll do is we'll add prompt here for assistant, and then we'll add user. For user, we will add the summary, which we'll pick from here. Our code node builds up the summary perfectly and we'll directly use it there. Now the script is the keyword which we'll need from code. So here we go. We'll add expressions. Make sure you have selected that and all the code, the first one. All right. Select all and 0.json.script, and our script would be ready here. Now for text, let's come here in a bit. The next thing we'll do is come to Google Sheets and create a new Google Sheet. I have created one just now for saving call evaluations, and here is where the call name or the client name will be saved. If I'm talking to Deselect, which was the company we used in the previous video, the name will appear here and the evaluation of the call will appear here. Similarly, the list will go on, and we can see evaluations of us by filtering through Google Sheets, right? We can maybe use database if you want it more sophisticated. I'll just use Google Sheet for now. And the next thing we'll do is add Google Sheet. Perfect. I'll select append row in the sheet and we'll select call evaluation sheet number 1. Perfect. Now we have client name, we have call evaluation. Call evaluation will be the script which we receive from GPT. So we'll just add $json.output, and there we go. Now for client name, we can bring it up from maybe here, edit node. We have company name, right? We'll just use this. So this is edit fields. Let's quickly use it here. Select expressions and dollar edit fields. Perfect. Dot all dot json dot company name. Perfect. So we have our workflow ready. All right, one last bit. We will need to add or give prompt to this for it to analyze our call perfectly. For that, let's discuss. I have added it in here in my text box. Now, we have transcript example, which I've given it here, which will be in this format. Speaker A will say something, then speaker B, then followed by speaker A again, or speaker C, whoever is speaking. Assembly AI is really good at recognizing who is speaking. Is it the same person? Is it the second person? Or is it someone else? This is called speech diarization. You can search it, and it's a really good method or useful way which we can use to write script of the conversation. Second is evaluate the following, which we are writing the rules or method of how to evaluate. The first one is effectiveness of the call, which assesses how effective the sales representative was in communicating the value of the product. Second will be improvement areas. Identify parts of the conversation where the representative could have improved in terms of pitching, handling objections, or providing clearer information. So our GPT or OpenAI node or the intelligence of the node will not only just give his review on what has been said or what has been communicated in the call, it will also give information about what could have been done, what could have been said, or more, right? What could have been mentioned. If we fail to mention anything, or maybe the conversation was going in a different tone, something like that, it will analyze it all. Third is objection handling. Analyze how well the sales representative handled any objections or concerns raised by the prospect. Did he answer it well? Did that person maybe missed or was not sure or clumsy while addressing the issues? All will be recorded and transcribed and provided in the evaluation. Lastly, how should the report look like? We'll use CRC method, which is comment, recommend, and conclude. First is cause. Explain the primary cause of each identified issue or success, which is a very professional way of writing a report. Recommendation. Provide actionable recommendation for each cause. Conclusion. Summarize the overall performance and suggest overall strategic adjustments, right? So this is how they evaluate on corporate level or on professional fields. They make sure they comment all the necessary parts so to approve or uplift the employee, and then they come to a recommendation what could be better in an incremental way, not the perfect example set before the person's eye that this is how you should be. Recommendation will be just a minor advancement they could adapt to improve just 1 or 2% better every time. Finally, give rating to the call out of 5 points, which is really important. Give the rating by considering all the positive points and how effective they are in terms of building relation with client, converting client, generating curiosity in clients, right? What did the user say that had or could have generated negative impressions in client? Everything will be considered and a report will be generated. Let's copy this and provide this to our OpenAI node and see how it works. how well it transcribes this or evaluates the call and gives us in the Google Sheet. I've pasted the prompt. Let's now run this. To run this, as we did the last time, we will upload, or I will upload a file on Telegram, right? And that file will go through the entire workflow and give us the proper ending, right? Or proper evaluation in the end once everything is done. So let's get started. I'll just upload a file and this will take like 4 to 5 minutes to execute completely. I'll not hold you till the entire workflow is done executing. I'll pause the video and directly play it once the workflow has been executed, and we can directly jump to the summarization part, how the call got summarized, and then later, once all the data has been added into the 20 CRM in the following 3 nodes, lastly, we will come to this evaluation. We'll see how the evaluation report comes out to be. And if you like my method, I will always provide the summarization prompt or the evaluation prompt in the JSON file attached to the YouTube video. You can always download it from there. And if you think your requirement is a little different for your company or how your organization works, you can always improve the prompt and suit it as per your needs. So I'll pause the video. Our workflow has finished execution. Quickly see how OpenAI worked, and we received this transcription of the entire conversation here, and we have a prompt written here. Now this is the report which got generated by OpenAI, and we saved it in Google Sheet here. So to view this better, we have also saved it in Google Sheet. So let's watch it there. The CRC method report, effectiveness, cause. Speaker A clearly outlines the purpose and functionality of Google Maps lead finder tool by detailing workflow, input parameter, and desired outcomes. Speaker A effectively communicated the value proposition of the product. The use of specific examples, that is industry types, location, helped in illustrating the product practical application. So this was basically a call between me and my partner, and we were discussing how we will run this workflow, the very first workflow of this entire series, where we are pulling data from Google Map, right? And I was suggesting we could use Google Map lead finder tool from AP5, and that's the cause of the video or the audio. Now, recommendation: maintain the clarity and specificity in future communication, incorporate visual aids or summarize to reinforce key points, ensuring that the prospect fully grasps the tool benefits and functionalities, right? So that's the recommendation for me. To show it is much more effective than just say it, right? So I could have gotten on a call with my partner or a Google meeting, and I could have showed him how the application works or the AP5 works, and that could have conveyed the importance much better. Conclusion: successfully conveyed the core features and intended benefits of Google Map Lead Finder, establish a solid understanding of the product value within RevOps workflow. That's the recommendation part. Now, improvement areas. The conversation became highly technical and detailed, especially when discussing the UI development and workflow integration. So that was the part which I was talking to my client partner, and fortunately he understands the technical part as well. So we were able to communicate on that level. Finally, objection handling. There were minimal explicit objections from speaker B, which my partner did not object much. However, speaker B did not mention the current workflow was failing and that LinkedIn had rejected the API request. So this was because we were trying to ask LinkedIn to directly give us the LinkedIn API access, which will take a few months, and I did not realize it then. So LinkedIn rejected our request quickly, and that's why we came to AP5 for the solution. There we go. We have objection handling. We have overall conclusion. Finally, I got 4 out of 5, which I am grateful for. Rationale: Positive points: clear communication of product's value, detailed explanation of functionalities, responsiveness to concerns, and professional demeanor. Areas of improvement: simplify technical discussion, ensure engagement by checking for understanding, and proactively address potential objections. Overall, the call effectively built a relationship, generated interest in the product, and conveyed the potential benefits. Right? So, this is how good the evaluation can be. And if you are making another call to the client, the same client or another one, you can always refer to this and improve on the next call. So that's it about the current workflow or video. If you like the entire workflow and if you are enjoying the series, do give us a like, subscribe to this channel, and share it with your friends who are running businesses or startups and are stuck with lead generation process, and it is taking a lot in them to generate leads. This video or this series is especially for helping those people and improve sales process for everyone. Thank you.